What's up, everyone? We are live from another spin from the reel. Once again, I am Matt, and joining me is the wonderful Shug.
What is up? What is up? How's everybody doing today? Hope everyone is having a great day. Yeah, we got Schmodown to talk about, man. Some big matches happened over the weekend. If you didn't watch the after show Friday, we talked some. We didn't talk a lot about it. We talked about other things. Actually, we got the channel taken down because reasons. But yeah, we're gonna talk some Schmodown. We got a special guest, one of the best in the game. She truly is the heartbreaker of my heart because she keeps beating everybody in the den. I don't know why she does that to me. This must be a personal vendetta. I think it is. I don't know. I don't know if I said something wrong to her. Did I make fun of the Celtics? Was it the Bruins? I did say something about the Bruins. That's why she's mad at me and beating up on my den faction. But yeah, man. So let's get it rocking, Mr. Matt Thomas.
What's up, Paige?
Hey, guys. I know, Shug. I mean, I got to do what I got to do, and
You got to break my heart.
I know. Then there are a bunch of kitty cats that I just got to prey on. So,
wow, kitty cats. Is that where we're going? We're not going to talk about this right now, okay? I don't need the stress in my life.
Stress.
Yes, the stress. Paige. So look, we're going to talk about your teammate Ethan Erwin. We're going to talk about some of the other matches this week. We had the Robert Parker, William Bibiani, and the Ethan Erwin match. But there was a match between you and Jader Paramo that happened this last weekend or last week, and that match, like I said, hurts me because I like Jader's he's one of the originals that started out as a fan, now as a competitor. He won his last match. You obviously were coming off a win, beating another den person. God damn, leave my den alone. But
hey, your den got a single dub against her. She needed to get her revenge.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I have to get my revenge, and I'm going for it all in. They can just give me every single one. Ew, chat. Why? What is this man doing in our chat?
He just shows up.
It's not my chat. I don't know why I said that.
No,
look at you and Thomas Harper are probably official spin from the real, Schmo me the money, Schmo me the real
personalities.
Yeah,
I was sad that Christian put out the roster for the singles tournament and Harper wasn't on the singles.
So really?
I was sad. I was hoping it.
Oh. Well, maybe it'll happen one day.
Yeah, maybe it'll happen down the line. I mean, he does have a number one contender for Star Wars, so we'll let him get to that, and then I can kick his butt. We'll do that.
There you go. But let's talk about your match against Jader. Obviously Jader and you were both coming off wins. It's the first. This was the first rounder, right, of the singles tournament?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So look at let's be honest. You lose, you're going home. Jader is done with. What was the pressure like going into this match for you?
For me, it was literally I want to stick around and play as many matches as possible this season. And I knew now that it's tournament season that this is kind of where it will make or break you if you're strong enough to stay within the Schmodown, because the 32 single bracket singles tournament is the best of the best. And the fact that I got thrown, I have such a great manager that threw me into it, that I didn't want to disappoint him, my faction, or myself in a sense. So I knew I had to put in that work and just hope for the best. I mean, every question is so subjective. You just never know what you're going to get or what's thrown in front of you. But you can kind of just take the most logical and smartest either guessed or know the answers that you've been working on. I mean, I am such a nerd when it comes to studying that I have a gajillion flashcards of random nonsense everywhere that I try to go through as much as possible all the time. So I just hope sometimes, and I try to think all right, what can be asked kind of in a sense. It's always obviously going to be plot, director, characters, actors, and actresses in the film. So I always just try to study as much as possible and just hope for the best, because you just never know what's going to get your way. So for me, it was definitely I guess it was probably the game that I thought, like, all right, this game is going to show if I'm meant to be here. So I was very glad that studying pays off, and I have such a great faction behind me that I got the W. So
there you go. But there was a little bit of a situation that happened in the middle of that match, round 2. And we were talking off screen where I said you could tell on your face you were not pleased with that. But the round 2, you obviously get asked a question about Adam Sandler. The movie is Don't Mess with the Zohan. You answered
you almost did it too.
Zohan. Yeah, and you answered Don't mess with the Zohan. Right when you answered and Jader said he wanted a challenge, what were you thinking in your head? Because you were telling me something off camera, but kind of wanted to get.
Well, for me, it was I was studying Judd Apatow, and I knew I was like, all right, it's you don't mess with the Zohan, you don't mess with the Zohan. And then obviously sometimes when you get a question and you just answer it, sometimes you kind of forget what just comes out of your mouth. And I was just, when I said it, I was like, I guess I said, don't mess with the Zohan. And so when I saw him, after I said it, I like looked over to Jader and he went like this. And I was like, it's you don't mess with the Zohan. Like, I don't know what I just said, but I thought I said the right answer. Like, so for me, that was obviously the first challenge I've ever had to deal with in a sense. So, and it didn't go my way. I mean, I understand the ruling and I understand where Jader was coming from. That was a smart challenge. He was behind and that definitely went in his favor. And I know there was a situation last season with a similar question about the same film. So I understand where the ruling went. Was I mad? You can blatantly tell on my face. And you could tell that moving forward with the rest of round 2, I was just like not nervous, but I just knew I had to be certain with every single answer I gave because I couldn't afford to make any more mistakes.
Yeah.
So I was very happy once round 2 was over.
Yeah. You were saying that behind the scenes. You were telling us that right now. Go ahead, Matt.
Well, no, she and I were talking yesterday, and she told me we were talking, and you could tell she looked shaken up after that. It's just one of those things
100%,
you get in your head because you don't want to get that wrong, like miss something by a word again or miss something by a letter. Just it sucks that you got put in that position because you could have started to run away with it at that point instead of having it be so close.
And I was even like talking to you, like I went multiple choice 2 other times in that round when I knew the answers, but if I wasn't 100% sure after making that one little mistake, I was like, well, if I'm 99% sure with my luck, that 1% is me being wrong or something. So I have to go multiple just to be safe. So I can't make any more mistakes. And so, I mean, I was glad because I knew the answers at the end of the day. So, but yeah you can definitely tell I was I was definitely shaking in my boots because
you were bothered by it.
I was bothered. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. And this is what I love about the Schmodown because when people say, well, it's not a sport or this is where it makes it a sport because now you're dealing with not only the questions, but you're dealing with your mental, psyche of where you're at because like you said, you knew the answers to your next 2 questions. But dude, I told her that. I said, that's the first thing I said. I said, you look up, you know what she looked like? She looked like when you're at a bar and that guy keeps hitting on that girl and won't stop. And she's starting to get annoyed and she's about to like give him the elbow. That's what Paige looked like. Because she looked in the corner like she was looking at a demon and then just went.
I was like, oh. I was just mad at myself, honestly. I was just very pissed off at myself that I made such a... It's not a dumb mistake because no mistake. Everyone makes mistakes in life. That tiny little mistake really screwed me over. And, I was so mad.
It was one of those. It's one of those situations where you say something because you're so used to saying it a certain. Perfect example is Return of the Jedi. Like you don't say Star Wars Return of the Jedi. You say Return of the Jedi or Empire Strikes Back. You're used to shortcutting stuff, and this was a shortcut technically. And I get where you were thinking. You were thinking you knew the movie, and a lot of people were talking about it in the Facebook group where they were like, "Well, benefit of the doubt and this and that." I understand benefit of the doubt. I understand that rule, but for me, if you're missing a whole word, I just don't think it counts. And obviously,
no, exactly. And I completely and I completely agreed with the challenge. Obviously, I hoped it was going to go my way, but I knew don't mess with the Zohan is not the name of the. It's not like we're saying the thing.
Yeah.
It's a context word that isn't the or a. It's an actual word that's like needs to be in the title, even though there is no other film called Don't Mess with the Zohan. That it's a film title that you need to know. We're in the Schmodown for a reason, that we need to know these titles of the films, like the proper titles and stuff. So I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't mad on the ruling. I was more mad at myself than anything, because I knew it could have gone either way. With either it could have been the benefit of the doubt rule, or technically that's not the name of the film, so it does make sense. So I wasn't like frustrated at the decision made or that Jada challenged it. I was just more frustrated at myself that I made such a little mistake that really could have cost me the game.
Well, and that's what I was saying. You're in the middle of a match. If you lose this match, you're done probably for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And you're going into that round. You're playing good. Like, and that mistake could hurt.
That's the argument, Maddie. That is the legit argument. The benefit of the doubt in the rulebook says, within reasonable doubt, a movie titles fall under that if there's no other movie by that name. This is why we're having that conversation.
Yeah, and a lot of people were having it in the Facebook group. And going back to Leo Loga's comment, Jader looked shook in round one. There was times he was still writing on the board after the countdown was done. Now, I'm not making excuses for Jader or anything like that. And Paige, you could contest this as a player. You do these matches, and prior to matches, things might come up. Personal life might happen, or you just wake up and you're just not in that mindset. There's a competitor I talked to. I won't drop that person's name, but I talked to them in their match, and they had a bad match, and they told me anybody could have beaten me that day. I was not in the mindset, the frame to play Schmodown at that time, and I tried everything before the match to get myself. It just didn't happen, and I'm surprised I performed the way I did, because I was so out of it. So obviously, like you said, in-game things can take you out of the game, but before the match, things can take you out of the match before even it starts. So I don't know. I hadn't talked to Jader since the match, so I don't know if there was something going on. Could have been, could have not been. Could have just been that Paige was just that much better, and he just didn't know the answers. We don't know. He took you to your 5. You had to answer your 5.
Yeah,
which you had a great pull. You pulled it because you didn't know for sure, and you celebrated.
Yeah, right on the line right now. I do not watch Game of Thrones. Some people may say that was easy. I don't watch Game of Thrones. There are many people that are in Games of Thrones, by the way. Jason Momoa is in it. Like Kit Harris. I don't even know what his name.
Harrington.
Kit Harrington, exactly. Like
Charles Dance.
Exactly. Emily Clark. Did I make that up?
Amelia Clark. Nikolai Coster-Waldtz.
Yeah, like this. There was a lot of people in that show that are big names that it could have been anyone, and it was a logical guess, and it was honestly the only person I could think about that very within that 15 seconds I was in Games of Thrones, because I don't watch the show or anything like that. So I'm very happy I went with my logical guess. Yeah. But yeah, no, back to what you were like saying though before though, like the game is so subjective too, because you can study your butt off with anything and you just don't know what you're going to get. And sometimes the cards just don't fall either your way, or you can be studying so much on certain topics and just not get asked about those questions in a sense. So sometimes you're just never able to show like your full potential on what you know.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, look at the
I'm
only
trying to know as much as
only
possible.
5-pointer, right? The only 5-pointer I think I've gotten right ever in the Schmodown was the Ben Bateman loss to Murrell about room 1403. It's the only one I've ever gotten right, because I watched that movie. I remember that movie because I went on a date. I went on a date with some girl who ended up leaving me in the middle of the date to go hang out with her friend. That's why I remember the damn movie. Yeah.
Oh my god, nonsense! Yeah. Why would they ever do that?
It's okay. It's okay though. It's okay though. She wasn't
cool enough. She wasn't worthy enough anyway. So
it's fine. Yeah. It's fine. But it was a good movie though. I liked it. But so I mean, so you're right. It's absolutely subjective when it comes to 5-pointers. When it comes to movies in general. Look at Bateman when he lost to Murrell when he couldn't answer the Tokyo Drift. Everybody knew that answer except him. You know, and people were like, "How do you miss that? How do you not hit that?" Sometimes you just don't see the movie, or sometimes reading IMDb just doesn't do it justice. That's just how it is. So it's very
exactly.
suggestive. You know, so you're going on to play. We don't know because the bracket ain't out yet. Why is
I don't
the
know
bracket
either.
out,
So
like Christian needs to have the bracket out, but you're going to be playing. We don't know what are you excited about most about playing in this tournament? Because this is your first one. You've obviously watched them in the past. Like, how does it feel to be in the Schmodown singles ultimate? Is it still called ultimate?
it is.
Tournament.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Like, what do you think of when you're like, damn, I'm in this tournament now?
I honestly feel very honored. That might sound so cheesy to say, but like since I am such a huge fan of the Schmodown, just to be like granted with the opportunity to play, but let alone like be in the tournament with like some of the best like 32 players in the league, to me was just like a huge honor. Like I literally still have like this. I screenshotted the message Sam sent me. He was like, "Hey Queen, how do you feel about representing the suspects in the singles tournament?" I was like, let me think about it for 1 second. Yeah, like, like, it's just like this huge honor because I really do care so much about this game and representing my faction as best as possible. Like not only myself, but like Sam and everyone else behind me. So it's just like it's very exciting to be given this opportunity and to hopefully just like play well and make it as far as possible. I mean, like at the end of the day, you just never know what you're gonna get. But I feel like as long as you hard work sometimes really does pay off. So
for sure. And I mean, obviously you're a sports fan, so like this when you're in tournaments like this, even though it's not a traditional sport, you get excited for it. You get pumped up for it because this is you know people are gonna watch. You know people are rooting. You know, maybe against you, maybe for you. You don't know. And look at Mr. Amaru. Look, it's the league MVP. Paige Frabetti. I mean, she could. Hey, she could. You know what? She could be. You know, she has some wins under her belt. She came in, had a great match against Peggy, and who knows? You might see Peggy in the tournament. That would be awesome. Get your revenge there.
Oh, I want that so badly.
Mr. ASG says if Bateman beats Perry, I don't think it would be out of the question for that to be a second round matchup.
Ooh, okay, ASG.
I've been wanting to play him so long.
I'm not gonna lie, but we all remember how Paige kind of got
called him out.
He called out.
You gotta call the big boys out. And you know what, my man Ethan did the dirty work for me, which I was grateful for. But I want to be able to do the dirty work too and get him out of this tournament. So if I get that opportunity, I'm running full force with that thing and hoping for the best because that would just be a dream to play him, but it would also be a dream to wipe the floor with him. So.
And before we talk about Ethan, I wanted to bring up Garth West. She's fucking dope. My first time ever watching the event, and she took home the belt. Congratulations. She hasn't taken home the belt yet, Garnett. She hasn't taken the belt yet.
But she got to see her teammate take home the belt. If you weren't paying attention, Paige Frabetti was there walking Ethan Erwin to the ring for his live match against Dan Murrell.
Yeah. And you walked them out, and it's so funny because I could tell the difference between people who are hardcore sports fans and like people that are like they're doing this because they like it and everything.
Yeah.
You had so much energy, and people were really talking about it. They're like, Paige is like, and Sam talked about it, and we talked to other people, and they've said how much energy you bring to the Schmodown, to the factions, to your teammates. So how exciting was that being at one of the first, was this the second live event we've had now this year? That was the second.
Yeah.
You know, so how was that feeling when you walked Ethan out for his match?
Oh, dude, it felt so badass. Like, you have no idea. Like, for me, like, and like you were saying, like, some people consider, like, to me, this is a sport. I've always been, like, sports have always kind of, like, been, like, my life. And I consider the Schmodown just as much of a sport as I do hockey because it is a mental game. And yeah, I was their security. I was Ethan's bodyguard to make sure nothing went down. But no, for me, it was like such an honor to be able to do that. And I wanted to go to this event so badly because I wanted to cheer on my teammates because I really like the Schmodown like is my life now. Like a lot of people may say like some people get too involved. I just really care about the game and I just love being part of it so much. So the fact that I got to like experience it not only as like a fan, but to like be involved and be considered like a competitor, even though I wasn't competing that day, but just like to be involved and be able to like hang out with everyone like in person and not just be like the fangirl, but just to be like, hey, we're in this together kind of thing was very, very cool.
Hold on, because this involves your faction. Breaking news, and I did pull it up, Amaru, because this will answer your question. Yes, Christian did confirm 12 minutes ago that Radis and Frankie the Animal are happening. Fine, this match is confirmed. Radis versus the Animal coming soon.
Oh,
I can't wait for it because
that is too.
The Animal is going to unleash on the Radis. So
that sounds.
How could you say
dirty?
that about your best friend, Rick?
That sounds kind of dirty the way you said that. Going to unleash onto Radis.
Yeah, the way you said it kind of sound a little wonky or dirty.
And Garnett, thank you very much for hanging out with us. She said she was fucking dope. First time tuning in, and she was whooping ass. Congratulations. Yes, Paige is awesome. She's pretty. If you haven't checked out her Twitter where she's playing hockey like a mad person, like when I saw that video, it made me want to go back and play hockey because I played a little bit when I was younger.
Oh no way!
Yeah, I used to love. People swear up and down that I can't ice skate or rollerblade. I'm like, dude, you don't understand. I can. I used to be able to get down on skating and rollerblading like crazy. But I'm in California. We had roller hockey and like ice skating. Ice skating hockey was you had to be, kind of rich. So I was able to play roller hockey. I couldn't play ice hockey, but I loved ice skating.
That's pretty rad though, dude. Yeah, Spectacular's in December. Hopefully LA has some ice skating rinks. I mean,
there's a couple I heard.
I will definitely bring my skates with me. I don't know if they'll consider that like a weapon in my luggage, but I will most definitely bring my skates out there if I can.
So how would you feel if you end up winning the tournament and Ethan's still champion? You'd have to take on your own faction mate. How would you feel?
You know what? I mean, I'd be honored to be able to face Ethan Erwin in like an actual like match, not just like a mock match that we do. But I mean, no, at the end of the I have nothing but respect for my teammates, so I would go in at fair game. I mean, we definitely all know, at least by now, like our strengths and weaknesses. But I would just go into it like any other match, besides like talking trash, because I have so much respect for him. But no, I think that would be a fun one because I mean, at the end of the day, either way, like my faction still gets to hold the belt, so I would just be proud to be honored to be part of it. Would I want to win? Of course, but at the end of the day, I would just be honored to be in that situation. So
there you go. I mean, anybody, when people say like, obviously the factions are great. It's awesome to have factions, but at the end of the day, it's about winning titles. And if you have an opportunity to win the title and you're going to play Ethan for it, I don't think you're going to back down. You're not going to say, "Oh no."
I would never. Yeah, I'm here because I want to be the first or the second. I want to be one of the first or the seconds, like women's like singles champion. Like we've never had a woman singles champion before, so like obviously that would be a dream for me to like make that happen. But also, I just in general, like I'm here to win. Like I love being part of the Schmodown, but the ultimate goal is to be a champion. So that's what I want to make happen.
I used to do my fat Mexican, used to be able to do going backwards, switch, because when you play hockey, you have to be able to go backwards and then switch directions. And I used to be able to do all that when I was younger. So I think I could still do it. I know for sure I could.
Like
I can skate and everything. Yeah, but
you're lying. You want to know why?
Still ain't got no skills.
No, I got skills. And Garnett said, if people consider ESPN around the horn of sport, then why not? Why is this not? It takes a lot of film study, literally.
That's
it
what
does.
Everyone's fighting for, to get this recognized as a sport.
Oh, dude. Yep. I was literally saying this. I was at the bar Friday night with a bunch of Schmodown peeps, which was awesome. And we were literally, ESPN was on. And there was something, it was like the Ultimate Mullet Challenge was on the ESPN. Like on the TV. I'm like, if they consider having a cool mullet a sport, why is the Schmodown not on ESPN? Like that should be on, because it is it's straight mental.
I'm pretty sure Friday was the Ocho Day though.
I have no idea. Maybe that's what it was.
So for those who don't know, once a year ESPN honors dodgeball by becoming ESPN Ocho, which is ESPN 8, and they show all the obscure sports.
That's why dodgeball was on today then, right?
Yeah.
That's such a great movie. That's
It is.
So good. So you were there walking Ethan in. Ethan plays Dan Murrell, two of the best. Obviously, Dan Murrell, a lot of people consider him the GOAT. It's hard to argue that he's not. Ethan Erwin, look, he's a champion. He's a former champion, and he's going to play Dan Murrell again. He's beat Dan Murrell, and he's TKO'd Dan Murrell. And a lot of people can say they've done that. So, going into this match, what were your thoughts about it? What were you thinking? Were you nervous for Ethan? Were you like, what was it like for you watching from the outside?
For me, I was just like so excited for Ethan. Like win or lose, I have that man's back no matter what at the end of the day. So I was just like proud of him to be able to be in the competition to play against like such a great competitor and play for the belt. But I mean, I was like trying to get him so amped up. I was so excited for it. Like win or lose, I just knew it was going to be a great match from either competitor. So I was just amped up. I mean, you probably the whole rest of the week while I was in LA, I lost my voice because I was screaming and cheering so much at that specific match like the whole time. I mean, I think there's a scene like I literally like run up to Liz. I was jumped over the bar to like tackle Ethan when he won. So like, I'm glad I did not do that. Probably would have.
You just see Paige just flying through the air when Ethan went.
I almost happened, but I held myself back. I ran to Liz instead. But no, it was just like for me, I was just excited for him to have that opportunity, and I was just there to support him, win or lose. And I was very happy he won, obviously, because it made the victory that much more sweeter. So it's a cool experience. So I must say, it was a very cool experience.
Yeah, and before we get into a little bit of the match, how was that being live with all the people there? A lot of people I talked behind the scenes with. Video Drew, Ben Goddard, a lot of people were there hanging out. They obviously filmed more than just that match. There was other matches filmed. What was the atmosphere like during filming?
Oh, dude, it was so surreal. Like I said earlier, like for me, like to be able to like, obviously I've met a lot of you guys like through doing podcasts or just like chatting backstage after matches and such like that. So like I feel like I've grown to know and like learn from a lot of the competitors and people behind the scenes in the Schmodown. So to actually like hang out with them in person was very surreal and very cheesy of me to say, but it was like kind of like a dream come true. Like I got to like talk to like Perry, like what? Like who I've been following on for like ever. So it was just like so cool to be able to like meet everyone in person because everyone is so much sweeter too in person. Like everyone's just so much better when you meet them in person too. I'm just like, you were already so great, and now I'm just like, can I be your best friend? Like we finally met for the first time in person, so I feel like I already know you kind of. So it was just it was so cool, and like Christian and Mark are just obviously so awesome. And what they do, and everyone for like Skybound as well. Like everyone puts a lot of work in, so it's kind of cool too to see firsthand like all the work that gets put into all of this stuff as well. But to see how everyone in the Schmodown, the competitors, everyone behind the scenes, like everyone has like a working hand in it, and everyone tries to like support each other, and that's why I love this community like so much. So to be part of it is very surreal, but to also compete and kick ass is even cooler. So.
Yeah. Your little bit of Southie came out on the mock.
Hey. I'm still my voice is still coming back a little bit, so it sounds very raspy and Boston-y, I guess. So.
But and ASG brings it up, that speed round for Ethan. ASG, I hope this speed round finally shows that it's not just about how fast you can hit the buzzer. There's a skill and strategy to it. I said it on Friday when we talked about this match. Ethan, you can't say that he won the match in that round, but that's the reason why the match was won by him, because he came back and I honestly feel that it demoralized Dan. And a lot of people were like, in the Facebook, I hate the buzzers. I like fast money. And Christian's like, well, the reality is we can't do fast money. But you can't make that excuse for Dan because, as Jeff pointed out on Friday, Dan's beaten Ethan with the buzzers.
Right.
So you can't make that excuse. He's beaten them both ways. So there's no excuse you can say, well, Dan wasn't ready. Dan beat him as fast money. Dan beat him with the buzzers.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan just played better that day. That's just bottom line.
I was so shocked to see how Ethan was just killing it with it. So like afterwards, I got to like touch the buzzer and be like, all right, so if I get this opportunity, now I know like what to hit, kind of like hit the sides, don't hit the top, or hit the top, don't hit the sides. Like it was just like I was very, very proud of him because I was shocked to see how well he would do in it. Because then again, at the end of the day too, like sometimes it's just kind of who knows the answer quicker. Like majority of the time in a buzzer round, people are hitting the buzzer before the question's like fully even asked. So like you kind of just need to like be quick to the gun kind of in a sense. And I was just very proud and impressed on how that worked. So it adds more of a physical element, like you just said too. Like
and Matty likes physicality because he is an MMA fighter. Mm-hmm. So he likes physical things. He apparently wants to wrestle me when he gets here to California for a spectacular. So me and Matty are going to be fighting. So Paige, if you want to be there for that, you can be there.
I will.
Me and Matty are going to fight. Then you and me are going to play hockey, and then you and me are going to go play hockey. So that's what we're doing the weekend of spectacular.
So I will say this: I'm 50-50 when it comes to buzzers and fast money. I do like fast money because I feel like it becomes more about the knowledge and gameplay at that point. But I also do like the buzzers because it adds more drama to it.
So, 100%, because you can know the answer and just not buzz in it quick enough. But exactly. I feel like in person matches, like you have to do the buzzer. It only makes sense.
That's the problem.
Yeah, you have to. Unless someone's gonna be wearing
fast money. Yeah, fast money. You can't do it. It's just physically impossible to do. And I understand where Christian's coming from.
You'd have to remove the person away from the building for it to work.
Yeah. Like I like fast money. Don't get me wrong, but there's just no way you can physically do it at a live event. And now, like Christian said, it stops the match. Then you got to take somebody and put them somewhere else. Do it, bring them like that slows things down. So I understand. I mean, but people can't use this loss or how bad Dad performed in this because he's beating Ethan with the buzzer. So it's like, look at it's just at the end of the day, sometimes your opponent is just better on that day. And apparently Matty doesn't want that smoke from you. So but it's just that's just how it is.
Yep. AFG absolutely right. They have to change fast money.
And that's just too much. That's just too much work.
You're putting too much work on the writers at that point.
Yeah, and also it might not be fair too because then again, like wow, maybe I knew all the questions my opponent was given, but I didn't get those set of questions. So like,
there's always going to be something. And right, Dan didn't perform bad. Ethan just killed it, and Dan got really.
Dan got perfect round one, and Andy got the bonus, I think too. Like, from what I can remember. Like, no, that was a great, like, that's what you want from a championship match. You want there to be up and downs, like, you want there to be high and lows, like.
Yeah, the surprising part was the betting round. I am surprised that they both, going into round 5, it was only like 15-14, I believe.
Yeah, I dug that so much because that betting round, once I heard that question, I was like, I have a feeling neither of them. Like, you just like don't know, like, because with the betting round too, it's like it can go either way. 1, 2, with the question, you don't know what you're gonna get, so it's like, what do you? I don't know. I thought that was so cool that it was such a low scoring championship game. Yeah. That I dug that a lot.
Can I say I wanted to smack both Ethan and Dan for missing that Spike Lee question.
Or was it the Black Klansman one?
Yep. Just, I was like,
you know why though?
No,
because I feel like a lot of people. Question. Yeah, but you know why? I think it's because a lot of people just assume because Spike Lee is just so great that you would just assume that he would have more Oscar nominations than what he does in a sense. So, like, I get where that was coming from in a sense too, like because he has so many great films. I mean, I like Black Klansman, so I knew that answer. But yeah.
Yeah, Logan says Ethan stole that question.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he had to guess. Like he was like, is Black like confidence. This is literally 2-3 years ago.
Yeah. So we get our new champion, and then Ethan for Ethan to answer his question, go, Dan, I think it's time for a new champion.
It's time for the belt to spend some time in California.
Well, my thing was, I was like, oh my God, how much time is left on the clock as he was saying all this stuff? I was like, please get that answer before the time runs out, because if they try to say something like you didn't have enough time, I would have been bullshit. So no, I loved what he said, and I was so proud of him, because I know the work Ethan puts in, and overall, he's just like such an intelligent guy, and he's like, he works in the business. Like, he's a hardworking man. So like, the fact that he was given this opportunity and still was able to work around it with his busy work schedule and everything like that, like, I don't know, it made me be proud to be on a faction with someone like that. So
yeah, and like I said on Friday, think about it. When Ethan came in, there was no studying really, other than the Five Club. He didn't really study. He said it. He had holes, and he still won a championship. And now he's even said, like, look, and Paul Preston said it. A lot of old heads have said it. I'm studying with these younger people, and and look how scary he is. He got to a championship, and and now, it's kind of the same situation you're in. He's playing Marisol McKee, where if he loses, he's done for the year, and if he wins, he gets to go to Spectacular. So that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about it with Thomas on Friday, and he cut a promo. We ended up getting the video taken down, but Jeff got it back up, where he talked about how much pressure is on Demolanta, how Demolanta says he wants to make it to Spectacular. There's going to be some pressure on Ethan, because he wants to stay the champion. He wants to get to Spectacular, and if he loses, he's done for the year. And if he wins, he's in Spectacular. Is there a lot of pressure on Ethan? I would say there's some, not like the overwhelming pressure on Demolanta. But I think Ethan can handle it, and this is a big opportunity for Marisol McKee to become the first woman to win a championship in the Schmodown. How big is that? How much pressure does that put on her? She just watched Dan and him go in a slugfest. She knows how good Ethan can be, and how much Ethan has gotten better. People have to remember that Ethan talked about, he didn't really study, and now he's studying with you guys. Maybe more behind the scenes, but you could tell he's gotten better. And like, how do you get better with the knowledge he already had when he's won a championship without a faction?
That's what I'm saying. That's why he's so dangerous. Yeah, that's why he's so dangerous, because he was just so intelligent, like back in the day, without like studying as much. I'm assuming he always studied, but just not as much as we do now. So the fact that he's always at every study session with me, at least, like we're always helping each other. So it was just like so surreal that like this man is a force to be reckoned with now. Like, he's working his hardest that he's probably ever worked for in the Schmodown, and it's obviously paying off, because now with the level of competition that we have in the Schmodown, that competitors are just getting better and better.
Oh, look who showed up in the chat.
Look who's up. Mr. Frankie Alvarez. Paige is still recovering from her week-long hangover. She had one whole drink and couldn't compose herself. Get back to studying, Paige.
Yeah. I was studying today, actually. Making handy flashcards. But yeah, no, I love my faction. Like, and we have like such a good time with each other and stuff. So I'm surrounded by greatness from every single competitor on my faction. So it's just so awesome that it makes you want to do better when you're surrounded by so many like great players. So
yeah, for sure. And Frankie, your match with Radis got announced. We don't know a date yet, but you will be playing Radis
because of Frankie. Yeah. Keep that in mind. He already knows. Frankie's the reason.
So if you wanna give us a statement on that, let us know. True story on page 411, and wasn't allowed into the park because they thought she was a child.
I'm 5'2", bro, and I was tall enough to ride the rides at Universal. So
hey, that's all that matters.
There you go. There you go. ASG, Corey's referring to Chandra versus Mike first.
Yes.
That match comes before Moses versus.
Yeah, that's what I mean, dude. We
Griffin.
have so many chances right now of being multiple status champions with.
Well, there's an opportunity for Ethan. There's an opportunity for Ethan to win 3 belts this year.
That's what I'm
If
saying.
he goes to the IG tournament and he wins the tags with Liz, and he's a singles and he wins the IG, Ethan 3 belts is a thing.
Dude,
Do I think he's going to get to the IG tournament? I don't know because I don't know.
Never say never.
I'm not saying never say never. I just don't know.
Justin Bieber. We should take her off screen.
Don't worry, I'm not a fan of the Bieber vibe.
I don't know
I'll him for that.
How well versed is Ethan in IG. He could be great. He could. Paul Yamo last year, I didn't think he was going to do that good, and he gave Chance a run for his money. So if Ethan could do that, then yeah, he has an opportunity to win. We don't know. We've never seen Ethan play IG, so this is very interesting. But could you imagine he wins the belts with Liz, and then he wins the IG tournament, and then he has to play Moses, Chandru, or Mike for the IG belt? That's spectacular. And then he would probably have to defend 2 belts and try to win the belt. That's a long day. You think Ethan could do that?
Oh, I think with the amount of knowledge he has, he 100% could. So I'd be totally down for it. Oh man, I would just. That's what I'm saying. We have so many. The suspects are really on the rise right now. Like people were sleeping on us at the beginning of the season, and I told you guys since day one, like we weren't here to we're not here to mess around. So
yeah, it's too sorry. And Frankie, go ahead, read that, Matt.
I've said all I have to say about Radis. He loved to talk shit and then ran when I actually responded. Over there in Ohio, there are some fact. I ain't finished.
Radis wanted to poke the bear, and now he's gonna see what happens. Pray this match is digital for your boy Matt because he doesn't want the smoke in person. Dude, look it. There has been in this rookie class, there's been some gems given to us. Obviously, Marie Wilson, Zach Burkett, Gold Leader have been great, but Paige Frabetti, Frankie Alvarez, Thomas Harper, Rick Radis, Peggy, Amaru. Like there are some people that are just spitting fire, and I love all of it because you guys make it so much more fun and entertaining. And Frankie, obviously, he's down to talk smack. That's the cool thing about all you guys is like, oh yeah, we'll talk shit to each other. Like we'll do it. It's cool. We can talk shit to each other, and nobody's gonna get all butthurt about it. Which is what I like. Forget the tournament. This was the undercard I wanted in New York City. Frankie Alvarez versus Radis, or did you want?
I mean, if Newman versus Horwitz doesn't happen, who knows? What's up,
E-Man in the house, hopping on for 2 seconds to say suspects and Ethan just beat him twice. Called it. I did see that. E-Man did say that. Shout out to E-Man, Amaru's brother, homie. Yep. And appreciate you, man, for stopping by. So yeah, Paige, looking forward. You got the tournament. Like I said, we don't know who your opponent is. Frankie wants to ask one more question. Before I leave, ask Paige about her practice matches against Rue and I. Much love, boys. See you all soon. Mr. Alvarez, you have a great night. Be safe. I don't mind if you talk bad about Ohio. You can do that all day. And
you don't come for us Ohioans, mother. Ohio. Damn.
What, Matt? Do we know when we're going to be getting the bracket for the singles tournament? I gotta see who's playing who, man. You don't know?
Yeah, I'm curious myself, man. I'm in the league.
We
and
have
I don't
to see
know,
how a few things play out. Christian talked about this the other day. We have to see how a few things play out before that that bracket is dropped. And yes, because the Guardians is a great name. The logo's just ass.
E-Man.
Hold up. He's lived in Ohio. He has the right to say that. Like he lived in the same city as me for a couple of years. He has the right to say that.
And the Facebook group. Let me see, Logan. Hold on. I have
The
not
entries. Yes, most of the entries are in the Facebook group, but the actual.
Okay. I have not been on Facebook.
Corey Cameron, my Ohio boy, keep it in here, man.
My microwave caught on fire.
Caught fire today. Yeah, if you'd like to donate to this Get Shug a new microwave, streamlabs.com/whoaretheypodcast. Shug needs your help. He's been having a rough week.
Man, you telling me?
It's only Monday.
Right. Matt, do you know where they're at? Because I didn't see them.
I saw it like a couple days ago, so I couldn't tell you.
Okay,
right
it's
now.
fine. It's fine. Let's see. Well, let's talk about what other matches happened this week. Let's talk about Robert Parker, Jesse Swift. Obviously, Robert Parker, IG, OG. Technically, he's not an OG. He's just, he's been playing for so long in the family. Yeah, he's a freak of nature. But this was Jesse Swift's one of his best matches. A lot of people agree that this is one of his best matches. What were your thoughts on the match, Paige?
For me, like I said, I thought Jesse played great. It was definitely, I think, his best performance in a match. Parker's just a freak of nature when it comes to this IG. I just knew, and whoever was going to play against him, that you just have to come just hoping to just play great. And I think that's what every competitor should do in every game. Don't go in trying to win or lose. Just go in there trying to play your best. Because you don't know what you're going to expect from your other player, because they could be having a great day, they can be having an off day. So for me, it's always just going to try to perform your best that you can. And I definitely think Jesse did that. So
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's Robert Parker, which we all know is a freaking, like you said, a freak of nature.
Yeah.
Which is
Jesse came to play.
Jesse came and he showed up and he showed out, and I can appreciate that.
He just went up against a Parker who went perfect. That's the issue. Any other match, he might actually win that, but Parker went perfect.
And it's kind of hard. Like, what do you do? Like, when your opponent goes perfect, like, you have to go perfect too. That's pretty much the only way you can have a chance, kind of, in a sense. But no,
pretty much
both dudes, I thought, played fabulous. There's a reason why I don't play IG. So yeah.
What's up, Brian?
Come on, Paige. You don't want to traverse the IG waters even a little bit?
One day, maybe. First, I want to get the singles belt, and then I'll worry about that.
Wanted to bring
this up down the line.
I wanted to bring this up real quick because this is very interesting because I had not seen this. So I know, I'm sorry, I apologize. We're covering Paige's face. How dare
we all know you're here to see Paige. She's the most attractive one on the screens.
Hold up. Don't say all that because I'm pretty attractive. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about.
We're big brown blobs. Shut up.
What's up, Astro? Okay, so obviously I'm excited to see Harley in the tournament. Brittany Young, very interesting to have, and not but because I think Snyder's playing in that little mini tournament, it's understandable. Lon Harris, Temp, Zipper, these are all good. But I want to talk about the Den, my faction. We don't see Ben Goddard.
Hey, I'm happy about it. Durali gets his chance to shine.
No, I am too. But it's very interesting. Like, I get it. You wanna give other people an opportunity to play in the tournaments. But yeah, exactly, Leo. No Goddard, no Preston, and no Riley. I get it. They got things to do, but that's literally your two top picks. And they're not in the singles tournament?
Just give me Peggy. That's all I'm saying. That's all I want.
Ooh. Calling out.
She was on that list, right? She was on that list.
Yeah, I think so. There it is. Gubbins, Jader, Geraldi. Well, you beat Jader, so that's one that you've taken out.
I'll take
Video Drew. That's awesome. Del Rio. Think about it this way. Del Rio got dropped from the Den, got a match, won it, and now is in the singles tournament. That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy Miller says Riley is the most surprising since he came off a big victory.
It has to be scheduling. It has to be scheduling or.
That was not a freezing cold Shug take. I don't know why that popped up.
Yeah, it has to be scheduling or just not being able to.
He's 0.
God is 0-4.
0-4. Oh,
he's
yeah.
0-4.
Well, if you count
He's
teams,
0-4.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean teams twice, singles twice.
Singles he lost to JT, I know that.
He lost to Khan.
Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, he's 0-4. Yeah.
And
God
did he
not
play?
looking too hot.
I don't know if he played a IG tournament.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't touched IG this season so far.
So he's basically now to the bench. I mean, because Saul's in the IG tournament.
Yeah.
So if you're he's 0-3. He's 0-2 as singles, 0-2 as teams. So 0-4 all overall this year. That's tough. And he's pretty much, if he's not playing in the singles tournament or the IG tournament, is he in the teams?
I think he was supposed. I bet you he was going to play in the IG tournament, but since Saul got his butt handed to him.
Hey, hold up! Don't start that, Paige. Do not start that, okay? There's no Saul slandering on this show. Okay,
he's a cool dude, though. But yeah,
I understand.
I bet you that was like the works that.
If he had won, he would have would have been in the IG tournament. Yeah. So I'm assuming. So that's crazy if you think about it. Like the Den has to put in Paul Preston and Ben Goddard in that tournament. I mean, they don't have to, but
honestly, if they what I want to see. You know what I want to see personally? I want to see every single faction put in a different team than we've already seen. Because I just feel like that would be
see, I've said that, but
I think that would
think about it this way: like Dungeon doesn't get to put in Danger Zone.
Yeah, I mean, like we've already seen Danger Zone play how many times this season? Yeah. Like
corruption would put in corruption.
To be fair, that would screw over Swag because we've seen all three of their teams. We have seen 3 teams from Swag
this season.
Yeah,
no, we've only seen 2: Final Exam and
Final Exam, midterms, and Pop Quiz.
Yeah, we've seen them all.
Oh wow!
Midterm.
Yeah, they can throw one of their people in. They can throw one of their newer teams in there, like Pop Quiz. That'd be fun. Like
at this point in the season, it's about making sure you're not finishing in last.
Well, yeah, it's all about getting points.
Well, we already know who's going to finish last. So.
Yeah, the Stars.
It's not the suspects. That's all that matters. So,
hey, look at the teams that were on the bottom. Like the
it's almost
started
like
off negative. Yeah, like the Mercs started off as negative.
Yeah,
like they started off, and granted, they've had championship matches, but they've taken advantage of their opportunities. No Snyder, because Snyder's on that little mini tournament. Logan, he's playing.
Yeah, but but Shug, that's not an excuse. You want to know why? Because so are Chance and Collins, and Kalinowski's an alternate if Chance and Collins are in the title match.
Well, maybe someone spoiled those matches then.
No.
Who knows? Who knows? I would love.
Well, doesn't it say a little note on? Hold up. There's a little note right there. It says, "All if Chance or Collins are in the title match." Okay, so they're not officially on there.
They're not. Yeah, neither.
Yeah, but then it also says Kalinowski, so I'm so confused on that. So they have to be alternates.
No, Kalinowski is the alternate if one of them is in the tournament. Is in the title match. If both of them are in the title match, I don't know what they did.
So if let's say Collins wins, Chance loses, Mike's in then and for Collins. If Chance wins and Collins loses, then Mike's in for Chance.
Oh, okay. I get it now.
Now if they both lose,
then Mike is.
What do you do then?
Mike isn't in.
Is Mike
in the tournament?
Oh,
Mike's the alternate.
Okay, that makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
I know. I would love to play more of vets. I think that's fun. Playing people that have been around for a while.
True.
I was very surprised that the Finstock Exchange put a lot of their.
They can't. ASG, they both could be in the time match because
they can't.
Ellison's playing Snyder and JT's playing Collins.
But he's saying the keyword title match, as in they'd be playing.
Oh, the title. Yeah, I thought you said okay.
Yeah,
I thought you meant title. I thought you meant title picture. Never mind. I stand corrected.
Well, I will say this: the Den stayed in the same spot as they were last year. They're 3. Swag and Stars just moved on to the bottom. The Exchange is sitting at 4, just like they were at the end of last year, but I think that's going to change. And yeah, the Dungeon's up top. It doesn't sit well with me. Up there with the Mercs. I'm fine with the Mercs being up there. The Dungeon being out there.
Yeah. And Ryan, I wanted to see Triple R in the singles turn for Finstock Shane, but just read him and Frankie are going to head.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's everything works out the way it's meant to, guys. And I think it was always meant to be that the animal is supposed to eat the Rager alive. So.
What about the Boston Badass? Who does she want in that second round? You already called it Govins. You want Govins?
Yeah, I want Govins. Well, she has to make it past round 1. So.
Oh, wow. All right. If you don't get Govins,
if I don't get Govins, I want. Hold on. Let me say something real quick in the private chat.
Uh-oh. What's she saying? Is she confessing her love about Shug?
I mean, I was. You're not supposed to tell everyone, dude.
He's spoken for.
Okay.
Yeah. I ain't spoken for nothing. Oh, boy. Never mind.
Yeah, it's your girlfriend, like right there.
Right. When she walks in, what are you talking about?
No, for me, man. I mean, I would love to. I mean, obviously, Peggy has to play her round 1, and if she wins, I would love to play her. If not, I mean, I would love Perry to beat Bateman because I would like to see another upset that she did last season with getting Kalinowski out of there. But could you imagine
if Perry beats Bateman?
I would cry.
You cannot sit here and tell me. You cannot sit here and tell me. And I am a Bateman. I really do like Bateman. He's a good dude. Yeah. But as far as Schmoedown competitor, this is his worst year ever. I like Bateman.
But the issue is, we hate the fact that he had to pull LeBron, and it's having the exact opposite effect of Miami. He's losing, not winning.
I don't have a girlfriend. I have a girl who would be really pissed if she heard me say that. Thanks.
Jesse!
What up, Jesse Swift? We were just talking about you, brother. Hope you're having a good day, man. Hope you didn't work a 12-hour shift.
She and Thomas are already unofficial co-hosts of Shmoney the Real. It's fine.
You guys weren't aware of that?
Yeah.
They come on almost every show. If you didn't know that already, then...
No.
I mean, she Paige is always down for the comeback. But yeah.
And I would like to make a comeback and kick Bateman's butt if Perry cannot do it. So
stop it. Get some help.
You Paige, you missed Friday with Video Drew. We have a whole new joke that you've got to be on for a Friday show.
No more Elmo. No more Elmo.
Yeah, we're not allowed to bring Elmo up anymore. That got us in trouble. But seriously, if Bateman loses in this tournament, and we go by what Paige said about having a different team in the teams tournament, you have to say this is his worst year ever. And look at he has, which is crazy because he's had his wins this year have carried the dungeon. He's had a lot of wins. He's
falling apart when it matters most. That's where he's falling short.
Yeah, that's just crazy to think about. But I don't know who we're going to see. And if the opportunity that we get to see, first off, to see you play Perry, that would be dope. Or I know you can't play Perry because you guys are in the same faction.
No,
right? No, I'm tripping. Okay, so then that would be dope.
Both factions are blue.
I don't really know what the brackets look like if I could even play
nobody does.
Peggy or Bateman. But I mean, those are who I would love to play somewhere down the line in the tournament. But
what if you got to play? What if you had to play Collins?
I love Collins, and I have so much. I was messaging with him last night. I have so much respect for that guy, and I guess I'll just make him look bad.
Oh,
Ooh, Paige. See, this is what I love about Paige. She don't pull no punches. She don't pull no punches. Now, what if you got to end Bateman's season? How would you feel?
I think you would literally see me cry on screen. Being so damn happy that
you can't cry. Wait. You can't cry on screen.
You can't be the badass.
People crying in Schmodown. No,
I
I would.
the badass and cry.
I'm not even
crying Schmodown is if you win that title.
Exactly. No, I think Flames would actually be appearing behind me because I would definitely turn into the devil because they would have to bleep me out because I would be so excited and using very inappropriate words on screen because I'd be so amped up. So yeah.
Brackets are a myth. Paige v. Flouse is next, and none of us would be surprised by that. Yeah. Or McWeeny, considering how Ben dodged them. Ooh.
Wow.
But yeah, man, I would go ape shit, batshit crazy if I got to play Bateman.
Ryan, it's not that terrible, but his think of it and
Dan has said this. Christian has said this. When we were on Show Me the Real, on our buddy at Show Me the Money's channel, when we did a show there, and we had Dan. Dan even admitted if he doesn't win it, excuse me, sorry, yeah. Bateman even admitted if he does not win a title this season, this plan was a failure. That's what it boils down to. It is a failure. Doesn't matter about the MVP. Doesn't matter about where they finished in the team's tournament. They didn't win a title. That's what they came together to do.
Yeah. And Ash just said, do you all think we'll get another Iron Man match anytime soon? No,
Christian's kind of
it should be Radis versus Alvarez Iron Man.
Iron Man. Oh God.
Ooh. Iron Man is just pretty much like 50 questions like flat, right?
Yeah.
It's as many questions in an hour time, basically.
Oh, I think that would be so fun. I would love to do something like that. Because it's just like anything can be. I think you could do that with like if you're gonna do like you know how we've been doing like expedition matches with like specific movies. I feel like that's like I think that's how you should do it with specific movies. Like when they did like the Top Gun one, it should have been like an Iron Man match, like 50 Top Gun questions and like rapid fire go. Like I don't know, I like stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, before because we know you got to get out of here, Paige.
I got some French.
I heard you got some French toast waiting for you. What do you put on your French toast? Do you put on fresh fruit or butter or syrup? What do you put on?
Maple syrup. Okay, so what do you guys put on your eggs though? Is another question because I'm a maple syrup queen, and I think ketchup is gross on eggs. But I don't know, like many people don't put maple syrup on their eggs, but I love maple syrup on my eggs.
I don't put maple syrup. I'm that weirdo that puts ketchup.
I'll put maple syrup on my sausage.
No, see, I don't think that's weird. I think, okay, I put on sausage too, bacon, duh. Yes. No, I feel like everyone puts ketchup on their eggs, and I'm the only person that doesn't.
Some people think it's weird. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Corey says Brenner.
I mean, guys, maple syrup where it's at. I'm like Buddy the Elf from Elf. I will put maple syrup pretty much on anything.
Worst Christmas movie ever.
I mean, you said it, not me. But yeah, maple syrup all day, every day, man.
The Hispanic
best Christmas movie ever.
I do agree with that, dude. The fact that you have a table one, I had one when I was younger too, and
so did I.
Can't find it.
It's Walmart exclusive. Check your WalMarts. They're back out for the 25th anniversary.
What? All right.
Aren't you both like 22 years old?
26.
I'm 28.
Or 28.
She
just turned 28. I turned 27. And
I'm 28 going on like 12, so it's okay. So
it's
yeah.
Okay. It's all good. And everyone's now talking about their love of eggs and French toast. And call me a cultured, but what makes it French?
That is a great question. I wish I had an answer for it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. As much as I love French toast, I'm more of a waffle person.
Waffles and pancakes for the win.
Waffles with a gang of butter to lodge up my arteries, and a decent amount of syrup. I'm good.
Wait.
You guys want to hear a funny joke that when I was in LA?
Wait, Paige. Great question.
Someone else did.
Best place to get pancakes for breakfast. That's a chain.
I don't know. I don't really go to chain places. The I mean, I can only think of 2 chain breakfast places, which is Denny's and IHOP, right?
Yeah, that's how.
You don't have Cracker Barrel?
Okay, yeah, we do have Cracker Barrel, but I don't think I've ever been to a Cracker Barrel, not gonna lie. So I guess IHOP,
best pancakes.
International House of Pancakes.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not kind of mad at you now, Paige, because you were in LA and you didn't hit me up. I could have literally taken you to go get some bomb-ass tacos.
Shug was hurt because I told him like, oh yeah, Paige coming in. He's like, wait, does that mean I can invite her over? I'm like, no, she's gonna be home by then. He's like,
I'll be there in December though, and hopefully
everyone's gonna be here, so we're gonna be going to get tacos. Also, too, we're gonna make I already got Marisol.
Oh my god.
Well, did you not see the sign? Someone talked about the sign.
It's a whip. I don't care. My black ass still goes there to eat the best pancakes you can.
I'm gonna have to look this up now. Maybe that's why I've never been to Cracker because
they are a chain, but they had those.
I'm not a pancake person. It's waffles or French toast.
Oh,
waffles or French toast for me.
Pancakes or French toast for me all day.
But when you come to LA, Paige, we're doing Jaeger bomb shots. And we're getting tacos. Yeah, I already told Marisol McKee we're drinking Jaeger all week, so
I'm down.
Y'all drinking Jaeger without my black ass.
That's fine. Well, hey, you're gonna be the designated. You're gonna be the designated driver then.
Yeah,
I don't have a car.
You guys,
I'm gonna get a van. I'm gonna get like a 16-person van, and you're gonna have to drive around with a bunch of drunk people.
Yep, I'm down for that. You guys know what, yeah, Irish car bombs. No, when I was in LA, I ordered picklebacks, and the waitress didn't even know what that was, which I thought was weird. And I was okay. But those are bomb. Those are my go-to shots. I drink a lot of different shots this weekend, so I'm always down for whatever.
Hey Paige, remember when we were talking back in May and you're like, I'm never gonna drink again?
Yeah. What happened?
Well, let's just say Monday morning I felt like death. So yeah, you can tell in my promo if you don't notice it.
The one you did in LA when you were at all the LA spots. You're like, I have to put on sunglasses because I can't right now.
I was like, the sun and heat is not doing me justice right now.
Hey, and that's what LA is like after drinking, especially in the summer. You drink all day, and in the morning you wake up and it's hot. You're like, oh god. Miserable.
Let's just say I was so happy to meet and hang out with everyone that got the best of me, I guess. But that's okay.
Jeff said he's gonna make a handmade Red Death. Homemade. Someone's gonna die. Homemade. Ooh. I said it's handmade and homemade. But Paige, before you get out of here, let everybody know where they can find you and what else you got coming up as far as anything else you do, your podcast and all your stuff that you do.
Yeah, so you guys can check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Front Page News 9. And you guys can also check out my movie blog on Instagram titled Feature Flicks Without the C. And yeah, guys, Schmodown, singles tournament, round 2, baby. I'm here to stick around. Guess I'll see who we play. I don't know. You guys don't know. But guess what? It's happening. I'm here to stick around. That's the game plan for the rest of the season. I love Marisol McKee, but I would like to be the first woman to hold a singles belt. So, yeah, we shall see where this journey takes me. But thank you guys so much for having me on tonight. It was fun to talk schmoo.
I had to make up for missing last time. Granted, each time you only get one of the black people, so I don't know what that means.
Well, guys, I got everyone tonight. Well, I didn't get Chris, but he was there in the comments for a hot minute.
Yeah, he's moving right now, so he's
no, he just moved home. He's just settling down.
Yeah.
Had that long drive from Oklahoma to Northwest Indiana.
That's a long drive. All right, Paige, you have a great night. Be safe.
Get out of here.
We will see you later. Good luck in the next round.
Bye, guys. Thank you again.
Bye.
And fingers crossed for me, guys. Pray for the Schmodown gods for me.
There we go. Everybody will.
All right, see you guys. Thank you.
See ya.
All right, Paige Frabetti, awesome. Even though she's been breaking my heart with the den, she's been killing it, and it's super excited to see, man, what she does in this next tournament, or the next round.
We only have one more match to talk about,
right? We might get out of here early,
right?
We might get out of here early, unless Jeff pops on, and then we're sitting here talking for like for 4 hours about nonsense.
Hey. Let's be honest. We actually get to talk today.
I didn't say it. He's gonna pop on right now, and start cussing us out.
I know, but you and I both know I'm kidding. It's just
no, but it kind of feels nice. Watch, he's gonna say in the chat, "I quit." All right. All right. So the last match we got to talk about is the Billy Bigliani Jacob Blunden match, which was a very good match. Look at the promo was funny because it talked about Blunden, how he had the 5 people knock out, and so did Bibbs in the same.
And Blunden knocked Bibbs out.
Yeah, and he knocked Bibbs out. So this was kind of a revenge for Bibbs, and this was a very, very interesting match. Blunden played hard, he got saddled with a tough 5-pointer, a very tough 5-pointer, and he tried
second round though.
Yeah, the second round was tough. The second round was tough to and look at sometimes you just get
hard questions.
Yeah, and Jacob was close by 1 month on that Twilight question. Yeah, sometimes you get these questions and you just don't know, and it was YA, right?
Yep, YA.
Yeah, and
the first one was easy because that was the Hunger Games question. Philip Seymour Hoffman, and what franchise did he appear in? Just it is what it is. I hate it because I like Jacob. I've gotten to associate with him sometimes. He's been fun to talk to, and it just sucks. It really sucks, especially when you have to put him against Bibbs just because of what Jacob's record says that he is, not what he really is.
Yeah, for sure. And it would have been a big upset had Jacob been able to get that 5-pointer and see what, because Bibbs still had to answer his 5, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, so it would have been interesting to see, and if Blunden could have got this win, how much it would have propelled him.
Bibbs did not have to answer his 5. Jacob missed his 5.
No. I'm saying, but if he had been able to answer his 5,
yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was saying. But Bibbs looks good. Bibbs looked prime. Look, he looked good in his teams matches. He's looked good in singles. And this was the first round. Like we said, we don't know the bracket. So it's gonna be interesting to see who his second round opponent is. Could it be Paige Frabetti? Could it be, somebody that, a Peggy Govins or a Jim Kemp, see where that stands as far as the brackets. Christian needs to hurry up and give us these damn brackets because I'm tired of speculating. Like I need to see who the hell's playing who the hell's playing who. But what was your takeaways from this match, Matt?
Jacob is a real competitor. He just needs to be able to be put in a match where he has a chance. He had a chance against Bancroft. He slipped up twice, and that's what cost him. Took Bibbs to his 5. What else can you ask for? He's a great competitor.
Yeah, very true. He is a very great competitor. Bibbs is. I think Bibbs, if we're talking like we're treating like football, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. If we're treating him like football, he's an absolute first ballot Hall of Famer. He's done so much. You talked about it when he came on the show with Shmomi the Real, how he defended, and he talked about it. That's loomed over his head. So he's defended. Now he has opportunity. We know he can run through a tournament. He's done it before. He can run through a tournament, and he gets hot at the right time. He can just run through a tournament and do the thing. So it's going to be very interesting to see what he can do in this tournament and how far he can go.
Yeah.
So
I think depending on how the rest of the bracket looks, Bibbs has the possibility to go far. I don't like not knowing where this bracket's leading, because normally we have an idea and can talk about what this next possible match may look like, what should the strategy be going into that match, but we don't. So it feels hard to talk about where Bibbs goes from here. And real quick, ASG in the chat, Bancroft is great, but they're saying FCL is going to become the online league. He may end up there next year. Christian keeps changing his mind on what to do with these international players. Yeah, I've heard those rumblings, which means more work for me. But it is what it is. I can understand that, because you can't fly all of these people out all the time.
Yeah, it's unrealistic.
So,
yeah, I understand it. And yeah, it's gonna suck if he has to go to FCL. I hope but he has talked about it. They're trying maybe to come, because I talked to him before.
Yeah.
They may be trying to come back to America and things like that. So it would be nice. Jacob got this matchup by accident for knocking out Bibbs and so on purpose. I get the seating, but I wish he could have played somebody else. I mean, who else would you want him to play though, Jeremy?
I mean, there's a ton of he's an 0-1 rookie. Like, he's 0-1 going into this. So you're seeding him against one of the top 4 players. So it's either him or now we know Murrell probably would be a top one.
Yeah, so it just makes more sense.
It
just makes more sense to put him against Bibbs though, because it's storyline, like you said, Jeremy's storyline and everything. I get it, but I mean, you got to do what's going to be the most entertaining and what people are going to gravitate toward. You got to think of it both ways. You got to think of it: is this going to be a good match? Also, people are going to, just like the Frankie Alvarez Rick Radis match, people are going to want to watch that because of the trash talking and things like that.
Who knows? Maybe.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know if that's not going to happen or not. I'm not saying I know anything, but I mean, it would only make sense. It's fun, or maybe just have an FCL match there, because these people are still playing the same game, and it's the FCL is a part of the MTS family, so it would make sense to show it a little bit of love and give them a live match. Just want to say that. Matty Gunner, crush the man's dreams over the cost of airfare. You hate to see it.
Right. It sucks. But is there anything else we need to talk about, Matt?
No, we just
I know this is a short show for you guys today, but when Chris isn't here, we don't spend 45 minutes talking about his hair, or something that he likes to bring up.
Yeah, stays on Schmodown. No, we love Chris. We're just busting his balls. No, that's it. Wheel slice of the week. Mine's going to YA because of how much that tripped up Jacob. Like, it's hard not to go that way, or directors, because Dan couldn't spin away from it even though he tried.
Yeah. Sorry, I was reading something.
What's your wheel slice, Shug?
My wheel slice. That's true. That's true, Matt. That's true. Or you're right.
Damn.
I'm gonna go with 70s. With Erwin.
Okay, that's a good pick.
So that's for me. Kevin Hart for Bibbs. Leo Logan went with.
All right, I respect it, Leo. I respect it. No, it's great not to say opponent's choice. That's what's great. Am I right? It's just great.
Yeah, it is. Rather than picking opponent's choice every week.
Yeah, but folks, we're going to move on to the standings. I have not gotten Chris's predictions. I did text him for them. We don't have them, so I'll bring up the standings as of right now. I am at 72-19. Shug is at 49-30. And Chris is sitting at that 666 with being 60-30. He's at 66.6%. Gotta love it. So, Shug, I ask you.
Yes, sir.
First match of the week, Oyama Erwin. Who you got?
And this is IG?
Yeah, this is IG.
Okay, I don't think we're going to see Erwin 3 belts this year, so I'm going to go with Paul Oyama.
Paul Oyama, okay. I mean, I don't think Erwin's always been the strongest when it comes to geekier films in the league. So I'm going Paul. Paul's done great in IG, so I can't really bet against him. And he has arguably one of the best IG players ever to train with in Chandler. So second match of the week, I'll start off with this pick. Griffin Newman versus Video Drew.
Ooh, this is tough because Friday I had so much fun with Video Drew. She's amazing.
I love Video Drew, but I also love the Finstock Exchange. And Griffey Newman.
Your show.
Yeah. Griffey Nooms is just doing what he needs to do, racking up those points, racking up those dubs. I got to go Griffey Nooms here.
Yeah. I am going with Orko himself, Griffey Nooms. Video. Jeremy Miller going with Video Drew. I like it.
Okay. And the last match of the week. No live event this week. Oh, wait. Chris is about to text me his predictions, so hold on. No live event this week, so the last match of the week is Bateman versus Nemeroff.
Woo! Look at, can Perry knock off another high seed? That is the question, and I like Perry, but I think Bateman needs this match. I think Bateman needs to win here, and I think he's going to be prepared and ready to play. So I'm going to take Bateman.
I root against the dungeon, but unfortunately, as much as I love Perry, I can't pick against Bateman in a situation where this is his last hurrah. Basically, he needs to win this. I mean, teams tournament is a possibility, but realistically, he needs to do well in this, so this season isn't a failure. Got to go with Bateman here. And Chris has given me one of his two matches. He said Noom so far, and I'm waiting on the other two matches from him. But I mean, would you be surprised if we see Perry play the way she did against Kalinowski last year and get a repeat of the upset?
Would we be surprised? No, because we don't know what Perry we're going to get. We could get that Perry. We can get a Perry that plays, subpar. It just depends.
Yeah. All right. And Chris' last two picks are Oyama and Bateman. But he again says would be nuts if she can pull the back-to-back upsets and back-to-back tourneys. So it is what it is. And with that, that's this episode. That's this week's episode of Spin from the Reel. But
yeah, very short. Very short, but you know what? It is what it is.
Yeah. But with that, we do got to plug a little bit of stuff. Today, we dropped our review of Free Guy. That's right. We were able to see Free Guy. The review is up on the channel right now, so please be sure to check that out. But tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, our review for Marvel's What If drops. That's right. We got to see the first 3 episodes of Marvel's What If. Really excited for you guys to hear what we have to say about that. Myself and Nick watched those. I can't say a lot. Just go watch the review tomorrow. Just trust me. Go watch the review. And then, of course, tomorrow, Real Sports with myself and Colin Morris. No more spots in the Watt Fantasy Football League, though. We have filled that up. Filled it up today. Really excited. So tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, be sure to tune in and watch the Fantasy Football Lottery. That's where we will be figuring out who gets what picks. Wednesday, of course, Real Geek Core, where Connor, Taylor, and special guest Dwayne, or not Taylor, Connor and Chris, and special guest Dwayne Burke will be having a Suicide Squad spoiler discussion. That's right, James Gunn's The Suicide Squad spoiler discussion coming at you Wednesday. It's not happening currently, but it's coming back soon, and that is none other than Really Scared, hosted by Taylor Cleek and Connor Breedlove. Friday, we're back with Wrestle Reels. Saturday, we're back with Saber Reels. And this Sunday, we're back with Real Talk. Really excited for this. But yeah. And then, of course, Mondays, back here with us. And Chris will be back next week, so that's great. Confirmed they are only dropping one episode. They teased on today, actually. I was about to say Monday, but today's Monday. Yeah, we know that the episode that comes out this Wednesday is the Captain Carter episode. So I was fortunate enough, and Nick was fortunate enough to see the first 3. So we don't talk heavily about the other 2. We lightly gloss over them, but yeah. Sugar, Sugar, I think you're muted.
Any chance of a Watt suicide?
No. No chance for
I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. But that's the show. Be sure to follow us, like this video, like us on socials, follow us on all the socials, which is Spin from the Real and Watt Entertainment, and our own personal socials, where you can find me at WattMovies_Matt on Twitter and MThomas1094 on Instagram. Shug, where can the good people find you?
You can find me at Suge Knight 323 on Twitter, Suge Knight 1323 on Twitch, and Suge Knight 323 at TikTok, where I do dumb videos, probably sing DuckTales with Chris Lopez or some bullshit about magic that I do over there.
Shug, I love you. You just keep it real 100% of the time. But thank you guys for all checking in and watching. Remember, folks, spin from the real and not the peg.